As the war rages in Ukraine, officials and state-run media in Russia paint a very different picture of what's happening. For one thing, they insist the invasion, which has isolated the country and already cost thousands of lives, isn't an invasion at all. Imtiaz Tyab is following Moscow's propaganda effort.
On state TV, an unreality.
Специальная военная операция по защите Донбасса идет по плану и в соответствии с графиком. Об этом заявил Владимир Путин в разговоре с президентом.
This unreality is now the law of the land across Russia, with words like war or invasion banned, and anyone accused of spreading, quote, false information about the Russian military facing up to 15 years in prison. That's led the last remaining independent Russian news channels to close.
Russia is becoming absolutely isolated state. It really looks like North Korea to me.
Ekaterina Kotrikadze was an anchor for TV Rain and has now fled Russia. She says Russians are only being told one story.
The message is clear and very simple, that NATO is right around the corner, that NATO is threatening Russia.
Across the country, protests are being crushed with an iron fist. Monitoring groups say around 14,000 anti-war protesters have been detained since the start of the invasion. Evgeny Popov is a sitting Russian lawmaker.
How do you think President Putin's war on Ukraine is going?
Our government tells us that military operation is going pretty well.
You keep referring it to as a military operation, but this is an invasion. This is a war.
You and a huge part of Western world live in a world of Ukrainian myths.
What's undeniable is support for the military remains high. The letter Z, initially used by Russian forces to identify its own on the battlefield, has quickly become a potent pro-war propaganda tool for the Kremlin.
This letter, it's a symbol, and it's scary, it's frightening. It looks almost like this swastika symbol.
A U.S. official has told CBS News between 5,000 and 6,000 Russian soldiers may have been killed since fighting began.
Has the invasion of Ukraine been worth all that Russia is now experiencing?
You know, we are a proud nation, and we love our country. We have no any other motherland, and we must protect it.
Now, the Kremlin has been working really hard to stoke that sense of nationalism across Russia. In fact, just this morning, the foreign minister said Moscow never wants to rely on the West ever again. Nancy.
Imtiaz in London, thank you so much.